everyone, Miss Mika here. I wonder if you can guess where I may be. Can you see behind me? Yeah, that's right. I'm at garden school. I'm in my art studio. It's been a long time, many weeks, but I'm in here today to do some work and to teach from my classroom, which is really nice. I'm very excited for today's art lesson. We are going to be using the coffee or tea stained paper from 2 weeks ago and last week's drawing of our profile. Remember, we took a drawing of our profile tracing from our iPad. We're going to use those drawings and we're going to combine the two pieces of paper and start making our final Egyptian inspired artwork. So here are the things you need. Scissors. You will need a pair of scissors today. You will need a pencil today and maybe a rubber or an eraser. You need one of those. You will need your drawing from last week. I'm going to show you how I cut this out. You will also need your amazing old styled paper. You can see it's dark on one side and light on the other. How beautiful. And you might even like a printout of one of your profile photos. Okay, we're going to use a printout. If you don't have a printer, that's fine. You don't need to print it out, but I've just got the option because you might want to use that. And you will also need 2 or 3 pieces of blank paper. Okay, so blank A4 paper so that we can create our artwork today. Okay, so step number 1 is we're going to be cutting out our drawing to use on our A4 piece of paper. We're going to make a portrait, so vertical lengthways with our paper, not landscape, portrait. We're going to make a kind of a portrait of ourselves as an Egyptian pharaoh. So we're going to cut ourselves out. Now here I like to kind of line up where my shoulders are, and we want our face to come to this edge of the paper. So we're going to cut it out and then we can see. So let's cut out our picture now. So a really important technique here is making sure you cut out around the lines as smoothly and as accurately as you can. Otherwise your artwork might look a little bit messy. Okay, so now I've cut myself out. I'm able to see the shape of my face on the paper. So this is the bottom and the side of the paper. What I want to do is position my face on the paper, not right on the edge, but just back a little bit because we're going to build our pharaoh headpiece in this area on top of our drawing. So, I've got some bit of, shoulder coming out here. I might actually cut that off so that it fits. So I'm just going to take my pencil, and if this is where I want to glue down the head of myself, I'm going to just make a mark where I want to cut that piece off. See, from there. Okay, now I can cut that out. And then that should fit very neatly. Yours might look a little bit different to mine. That's okay. So we want to stick that down. We definitely don't want a piece floating in the middle like this and having all this space. It is nice to have the edge of the paper kind of line up with the edge there. And then you've got this kind of shape. We're not going to glue it down today. We're going to keep our piece loose because we are going to make a collage. And it's much easier to have it loose and all the other pieces and then stick it down at the end. You also have the choice of, if you do print your picture out in black and white, your profile, you can print it out in black and white, and you can cut this one out the same as we did with the drawing and use this one instead. Okay, so that fits really good there, and I have space on this side. Okay, so now that we've got our paper and our cutout, how are we going to design a headpiece, or the word is a nemes? These are all different nemeses the gods or the pharaoh headpieces, how are we going to create these out of paper to stick on top of our old kind of papyrus paper? So I just printed out some examples so that I can, oh, there's some more here. So I can choose one that I think will suit my old paper, and then, you know, I'm going to make the Nemes on top. So I have a piece of blank paper here, and this might be a little bit sneaky and tricky, but you're going to have to use your artistic skills. I'm going to take the blank paper, I'm going to put it on top, carefully laying it on top. So I have my old paper, I have my cut out face, and on top is the headpiece section. And this is going to be fun because we're going to draw. You might need to do some drafts. You know, this might be the first version, but you might do a second version that's even better. So this first version, I can see, I don't know if you can see, yes, can you see those little lines in there? So I can see the outline and actually feel the outline of my artwork here. So I'm going to find where the hairline is, and here I think if I look and press carefully, so you might need some bright lights, is my chin. My jaw is here. So I'm going to use for inspiration, I think I'm going to do my first one like this guy. So have your image on your iPad, have it close by, I might put that there. And then I'm going to create this shape. Now, I don't think I have an ear. My hair covers my ear. This one's got the ear, but I can just create it maybe like this. So I'm going to draw this down to here. And then it's got this long shape. It's quite round and wide at the top. So I might take, now this is the edge of the paper, I might take this out here like that. And this piece out here like that. And then it curves on top. So you can see I'm really referring to the artwork like that. Don't worry about the little messy lines, we can cut them. And then what I'm able to do is kind of look at those designs. I could draw on those designs as best I can. Something like that. I think it's like this. And then it's got this kind of shape. Maybe it's got this shape here. You see that's a start. And it's got this kind of cool line here as well. I'm just going to draw mine like that. So I'm using inspiration as best I can. And this little band is really cool. So I'm going to have to draw that underneath like that. That. And then it goes like that. And it's got some other cool lines. So we can work on, I mean, we're going to, you know, decorate this much more next week, which will be really fun. So this is just a start. It's got this cool little piece that kind of comes down here as well, like that. So that's a start, okay? And then I'm going to cut this out and see if it fits on top, okay? If you were looking at doing another shape, or maybe you want to do it on a photograph, you know, or, you know, it's the same rule applies. You would put your paper carefully on top. I don't know if it's easier or harder. It's actually very hard to see the printout underneath, but I can see the hairline there, and I can kind of, you know, peel back and check. Okay, my chin is about there. And let's do another crazy different headpiece to see what that might look like. What about this kind of cool shape? So let's have a look at that pharaoh. So it's got a big curve thing. So first of all is getting this headpiece right. Do I have an ear? No, my hair covers my ear again. That's okay. I'm going to draw this kind of shape, and it goes down like this, and then it comes all the way down the neck here, doesn't it? Like this and down here. So you can always ask someone for help if you want. I've got this kind of snake shape here. I'm going to come back to that. So I'm going to draw this piece here. Maybe it goes all the way down the page here. Like that. It's very straight lined. Can you see that kind of straight line? It's got so many stripes. This is going to be really interesting to create all these stripes. It's got this kind of shape. And then it's got this snake that I can draw on here. Just kind of draw this shape here. We can cut that out later. We can decorate that later. You see similarity? So I guess my face should fit here if I cut it out. So then I can work on later, I can work on all of those really amazing stripes. I'm just going to add them in on pencil. These ones kind of go over here, like that. So many stripes. You might make yours wider. Oops, I forgot this cool border. That could look really cool around the edge of the face, like that. Okay, so now I can cut this out. Let's see what it looks like on top. Okay, so I've cut this piece out now. Let's see if it fits on and what it might look like. So it's this kind of layer. Wow, look at that. Wow. So this is going to be great. It fits my head. I can even bring it down a little bit. You know, if it looks better there, I could always trim this bottom off later. But we're not going to glue this on today. We're going to be decorating these next week. So it's really important that you keep all these pieces safe for the next step in our art lesson. We could also have a look at what that was like when I cut out the other ones. So using this piece just to see what it looked like with the other piece that I cut out before, how it fits, because I had that secret overlap. That looks really cool. It might even be nice if I made it bigger next time. So I might redraw this on a piece of paper, but make it a bit bigger, as long as it fits inside our old papyrus underlayer, that background layer. I wonder if you think it looks good though with my hair here. I mean, maybe I could just cut off my hair, because I really like that shape. I think it looks really cool. So I guess you want to try some different versions. You might want to take another piece of paper. You've got this one, but take another piece of paper and try a different design. Look at this one. You've got these amazing wings that you could draw down here. Maybe this one with the black hair. I mean, I could color that black. Maybe I would start to look like this Egyptian here. And next week we're going to work on details. So just make sure you keep all the pieces you've got safe, ready for next week. I think if you set up your drawing and your background and your profile like this and take a photo of it, then you can share that photograph on the learning slides. Okay, so that your teacher and me can see what you created and what your designs look like. Then I can give you some feedback before next week and before we start to use colors and shapes and patterns. Good luck, everybody. Have fun building an Egyptian headpiece.